Hold on to something.
It's showtime.
No, wait. I have done everything I've been asked to do. I didn't understand it, but I've done it. And I haven't once asked what's in it for me.
What are you saying, Ray?
I'm saying, what's in it for me?
Raymond! Raymond, am I using you? Am I using you, Raymond?
This is the Total Sports Experience.
There's gonna be rumors about this. There's no way to stop it.
And now your host,
Ray, are you in here?
Ray Baker.
I missed going 5-hole on you.
You should never be allowed to talk to people.
Dude, that was a hell of an intro. I am honored and I am touched.
Well, welcome in, everybody, to a Thursday evening episode or portion of the Total Sports Experience. My name is Ray Baker. I will be your host for tonight's episode. Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining in all across all our different platforms, Twitch, Mixcloud, Facebook, YouTube Live, and everything like that. We're still working on Instagram stuff because there's still some technical stuff there we're trying to figure out and make sure that we get the best program available on there. But we're still working that out. Huge show for you guys today. Dave Weaver's going to join me from TVG to talk about some of the stuff that's coming up this weekend. First of all, we mentioned it last show as I bring you out to the studio here. We had a great football weekend last weekend. We have a great sports weekend coming up this weekend. UFC 257, Conor McGregor is back and fighting and ready to go for 2021. He will take on Dustin Poirier. We're going to mention that a little bit later in the show so you know what's going on there. Can't wait for that. That's going to be on Saturday. And then Sunday, AFC, NFC Championship games. We're going to talk a lot about that today because we're setting you guys up and getting you ready for that game. If you're just going to watch at home, just going to relax, just going to enjoy some pizza, what have you, fine, no problem. If you want to bet on these games, we're going to talk to Dave Weaver from TVG and from FanDuel and find out what you need to know, where points are, what teams to put your money on. We didn't agree, by the way. We didn't agree. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, that being said, though, you guys, we are going to be at Mountain Mike's Pizza again this weekend. We love it at Mountain Mike's. You guys love it at Mountain Mike's, clearly, because you come out and see me and get pizza. So we're going to be there Saturday and Sunday again. The times are a little bit different this time. Saturday, we'll be there from 3 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. to get you ready and everything dialed in for UFC 257, Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor on that fight. So join us from 3 to 4. Online will be Mixcloud, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube Live. We'll be on all those, but we'll be live there at the pizza place as well, so you can come see us. Bring you back out here. I'm going to show you. There's our menu right there. Fountain Valley is the one we're going to be at, the location there. The number there is 657-231-9674. And just as we did last time, we're going to give you another special deal. I'm going to look over my other computer here. I'm going to pull this up. If you place an order for a large pizza, any large pizza you order, and you mention our show, the TSE show here, they're going to give you a small garlic sticks with cheese garlic sticks for free. All you got to do is order that large pizza, which you're going to do anyway for the fight or for the football game or what have you. So this is going on right now until the end of the weekend. Call, go online. By the way, they deliver. Just saying. So you don't want to leave your house? You don't have to. Just go check it out. So here's our logo. We're going to be there again Saturday, and then we'll be there Sunday as well, getting ready for the NFC AFC Championship games. We'll be there from noon to 1:30 on Sunday as well. And this deal runs for Sunday too, by the way, and at both locations. So you don't have to pick Fountain Valley. You don't have to come see me. You can go to the other ones. But again, if you order any large pizza, you'll get a free small garlic sticks with cheese. It's the size of their small pizza. It's 10 inches. So you're going to get a 10-inch garlic stick for free. All you got to do is mention our show. That's all you got to do. It's easy. Okay. Before we start get into sports talk, which I know you love, and we have a ton of listeners, ton of watchers online already. We do the podcast. We do the show. By the way, we've upgraded a lot of stuff here in the studio. We have some cool news coming down. We can't mention it yet, but we're going to try. So we have some really cool news and excitement on where this show is going to be coming soon. But as soon as we get all the details, I will let you guys know. Really cool stuff, though, for those of you that follow the show. And there's a lot of you online right now. Before we get to that, we always look for one business or how we can give back to the community. I mention every episode that our friend or the El Presidente of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, does amazing stuff. He is an amazing guy. He's doing amazing things with the Barstool Fund at barstoolsports.com. If you don't know what that is, go check it out. It's amazing. And Dave is doing some amazing stuff for businesses all across the country, small businesses. And you can apply for that if you're a small business owner and you need some help. You can apply for the Barstool Fund as well. And go check that out. It's an amazing program. Dave is helping out small business owners everywhere with money to keep afloat and keep your business above water while we're still treading through all of what we have been treading through the last 12 months, okay? So please go check that out. And my good friend Dave Portnoy, he's amazing. He's been doing some great stuff there. So with that being said, we wanted to give back something else. And so I've partnered with some friends at Western Governors University. And if you've not heard of them, you can go to their website, wgu.edu. That's their website. But they're doing something really cool for people that would like to take that next step. Get a degree, get a college degree, get into the next step in your work. Get a degree to become something different of what you're doing now. Here's the beauty of it. You don't even have to leave your house. So here's what my friends at WGU are doing. And it's an amazing program, by the way. WGU, they believe that while talent is universal, access to opportunity is not. That's why they've made a commitment to increase access to education, making it possible for individuals to improve their lives and the lives of the families by earning a college degree online. To help reach this goal, they're offering what's called the Online Access Scholarship. Check this out. The scholarship will cover the cost of installing and accessing internet for students who might not otherwise be able to get online. There are millions of people that cannot even access the internet at home to be able to do these programs. WGU is stepping in to help out. The scholarship will also provide recipients with a refurbished laptop complete with a webcam. We know that these are tools that are key in helping students have success in education and thus success in opportunity. Check this out.
Dear Robert,
Dear Yolanda,
Dear Teresa, Dear Ashley,
like you, 21 million Americans are struggling to maintain internet access at home.
The fact that you're pursuing an education despite this financial difficulties speaks to your dedication and ambition.
Seeing as if you've had to take on multiple jobs to manage your loans,
You had to leave your job as an essential worker due to your son's health concerns.
Since you moved to rural Texas with your growing family,
We know that having reliable access to internet has become a challenge for you.
that's why we're thrilled to offer you
a WGU online access scholarship.
wow.
Are you sure?
Mama,
Your scholarship will cover the ongoing cost of broadband internet in your home.
so you can follow your dream of becoming a teacher. Follow your dream of running a successful family business.
Of one day becoming a school principal.
We're wishing you a warm and well-deserved congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
We won't rest until everyone has access to higher education
And the tools to make it possible. Sincerely, Western Governors University.
The scholarship will cover internet. Not just one business. I don't think I've got a listener. Did it freeze? I don't think it froze. I'm not frozen here. But if you're looking to make a change, you're looking to get into a different field, you want to be a teacher, you want to get a business degree, the health professionals, they've got the College of IT as well. And again, all from your home right there. So go check that out. All right. That's enough of that. We have a lot of sports to cover, you guys. One of the first things that popped up, and I have to ask the question, and I'm going to put it out there, and hopefully somebody will answer here. Take a look. Dwayne Haskins, less than a month from being let go from the Washington football team, today has signed a 1-year deal. Does anybody know where? I do, and it's painting the picture, I think. He signed a 1-year deal in Pittsburgh with the Steelers. Apparently, Mike Tomlin figures he can fix Dwayne Haskins, or he can reform Dwayne Haskins, or find a replacement for Ben Roethlisberger, who we still don't know is going to come back next year or not. That concerns me a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I don't think Dwayne Haskins is ready for an NFL job. Not yet. Now, if you're going to bring him in and you're going to try to mold him into the quarterback that you want, he's phenomenally talented. He just couldn't handle the NFL at this given moment. So, if you're going to bring him in to learn behind Ben Roethlisberger as a replacement, is Ben coming back to do that? I don't know. That one's got my head scratching. I'm going to tell you right now. That made me scratch my head a little bit. The Eagles hired their coach. And when the news broke of the Eagles hiring a coach, Nick Sirianni, headline read, when it first came out, the headline read, "Can he fix Carson Wentz?" Is Carson Wentz going to be there for him to fix? If I'm Carson Wentz, am I staying in Philadelphia? Because, again, it was labeled, we talked about this on the last show. It was labeled that Carson Wentz had a problem with Doug Peterson, and that relationship was not good. Doug Peterson now is gone. But I still don't think that relationship that you've built with ownership and everybody else in the front office, I still don't think that's good enough for you to stay if you're Carson Wentz. They've clearly made the decision on, we're moving on, and we've got a guy to move on to, Jalen Hurts. To me, Carson Wentz isn't going to be there to fix. Carson Wentz is moving on to somewhere else. Now, we've got a couple ideas of where that could be. But if I'm Carson Wentz, I'm not staying. I'm not staying in Philadelphia. I'm not staying to get you to try to fix me. I wasn't the problem there. Okay, he's injury prone, but I don't think Carson Wentz was the problem in Philadelphia. Did you get rid of your problem in Doug Peterson? I don't know. I still think that team needs to rebuild some things, and Jalen Hurts is another extremely phenomenally gifted quarterback in college. He showed me some stuff at the Eagle level, at the NFL level with the Eagles. Is he ready for a starting position 24/7? I think that Eagles team is still in a bit of a rebuild, but they're going to do it without Carson Wentz. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. In case you were looking, there was another quarterback that, with not a surprise, Phillip Rivers decided we're done. Had his day in the sun, one more playoff game for the Indianapolis Colts, ran into the steamroller that is the Buffalo Bills for this year, and called it quits. I'm okay with that. He'd never won a Super Bowl. I'm okay with that, I think. He's number 5 all time on the passing leaders. 63,440 yards, number 5 all time, just behind Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and, of course, Drew Brees. No Super Bowl wins. He went to the Super Bowl but did not win. I'm okay with him retiring at this point because I think he knows he's lost a step or two. I think the last 3 or 4 plays in the playoff game against the Buffalo Bills, where it looked like he tried to throw the same 3 passes on the same 3 plays 3 times in a row, and it didn't work. I think he knew it was time. So, Phillip Rivers, thank you for the years. Thank you for all the stuff you did for the San Diego Chargers. As we mentioned on the last show, they're the San Diego Chargers. I know L.A., I get it. They're the San Diego Chargers. So thank you to Phillip Rivers. Now, here's my question. No rings. No Super Bowl wins. No Super Bowl MVPs. Does Phillip Rivers get into the Hall of Fame? Well, look at the guys on this list for passing leaders just the passing leaders. Drew Brees. Again, here's another question. Is Drew Brees going to retire? Yes or no? My guess is yes. He's not going to say that right out. He's going to think this through. But if you saw the last game, like we talked on the last show, if you saw the last game, Drew Brees walked out of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome and looked over his left shoulder as if to give one more look. One of my listeners is saying, yes, Drew Brees is done. I would think so. Drew Brees has lost a step. He's lost that arm strength. He got what I think was a pretty serious injury with breaking just about every rib the guy's got in his midsection. I think he's done. And again, Drew Brees at the top, Hall of Fame. Tom Brady. Okay, Buffalo fans, I'm sorry. Tom Brady, greatest of all time, Hall of Fame. Peyton Manning, Hall of Fame. Brett Favre, Hall of Fame. Phillip Rivers. I think you got to put him in the Hall of Fame. I think you have to. The other names on the list, Dan Marino, Hall of Fame. Big Ben is at 7. Eli is up there. That's another question because Eli and Phillip Rivers came out together. Is Eli a Hall of Famer? Eli's got rings. Eli's got rings. And one of my listeners, Bobby, is mentioning, listener Bobby said, I think he's already got a contract to go broadcasting. He does. I don't know if he's got a contract to go broadcast. I think he's got the open invitation to say, hey, here we go. Come on in. I would love to have Drew Brees in the booth. Not all players are built for that. Some may question Tony Romo at that level. But I would dig Drew Brees, I think, in the booth. So thank you, Phillip Rivers. Are we going to be saying thank you soon to Drew Brees? Yeah, I think so. And it's going to stink because, listen, for all of you Saints fans and Who Dat fans that are out there, I don't know that you have a guy ready to go. Taysom Hill is fun and he's interesting to watch. He's no Drew Brees. One of the questions that came in, do you think Rivers would have 2 rings if Eli didn't force that trade? Man, that is such a great question. So what we're referring to is Eli at the draft day decided he wasn't going to play for the San Diego Chargers. And he says, guess what? I want to make a trade. I'm going to the New York Giants. The question then is, if he doesn't force that trade and he goes to play for the San Diego Chargers, do the Chargers have 2 rings and the Giants don't? Man, that is such a great question. I don't think they do. Oh, let me just put it out into the universe this way for all the listeners that we have right now. Dave Weaver from TVG is going to join us in just a minute. But who is the better quarterback? If you're just going, you know how big of a stats guy I am. If you're going on stats, who's the better quarterback? Phillip Rivers or Eli Manning? Take away Super Bowls. Take away Super Bowl rings. Take that away. You're going to pick one of those 2 guys for your team. Who's the better quarterback? Eli or Phillip Rivers? I think I have to go with Phillip Rivers, personally. Again, you're taking away all the other playoff stuff. Phillip Rivers is my guy. That's where I'm going with. Another quick thing, real quick, before we get to Dave Weaver of TVG. The Washington Capitals, more importantly, Alexander Ovechkin, and 3 other players were fined, and the Washington Capitals were fined $100,000 for violations of the COVID-19 protocols. I don't know what I think about that. I keep going back and forth. The league fined the team $100,000 for health and safety protocols. It was Alexander Ovechkin, Yevgeny Kuznetsov, Dmitry Orlov, defenseman, and then Ilya Samsonov, the goaltender. All of those players have been listed as unavailable to play or practice in accordance with the league's COVID protocols. Now, I mean, look, at least they're not taking away draft picks. The NFL was starting to take away draft picks, which I was very, very much against when that came out. You want to find a team, you want to find a player, you want to find a coach. I'm fine with that. Go ahead, find if that's what you want to do, find them and slap on the hand and do all that. You're not going to take away draft picks and hurt a team long term to build on something. Oh, yeah, I know it wasn't a first-round draft pick. I get it, okay? But you're still taking away draft picks on a team that's trying to build going forward. Bad move, NFL. It's okay, I guess, this way. And look, look at the common denominator here for all these players. Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, Orlov, and Samsonov. Yeah, they're all best friends. They're all Russian players. They're all hanging out together. They all got in trouble together. Okay, so yeah, they're all placed on the unavailable player practice. Okay. I think they would do it again. I don't know that they care very much about that fine. So they did get fined for that. Let's switch gears real quick before I get to Dave Weaver from TVG. I have a question for all my NBA fans. And Look, the Brooklyn Nets now have Kevin Durant, which you knew. They have Kyrie Irving, which you knew. They went out and got James Harden. Okay, now we got the team. Now we've got all the players. Now we're ready to go. They just lost to Cleveland. Double overtime. Now, look, Cleveland's 7-7. Now they are. Colin Sexton went off for 42 points, including a couple three-pointers that sent it to overtime. So this is not a measuring stick because everybody got on him. Well, here's Harden's first game, and they got beat by Cleveland because I think Cleveland is in that next tier, right? Now they're in Cleveland. James Harden still did his thing. Triple-double, 21 points, 10 boards, 12 assists. Durant had 38, 12, and 8. Kyrie Irving actually had 37 points. These three guys are tearing it up. But the Nets are still 9-7. They're still only 2 games over 500. Is this the key? Is this the catalyst? If you're James Harden and this team doesn't win the NBA Finals, is it Harden's fault? You went out and got the players you wanted. You got Durant. You got Kyrie Irving. Everybody, remember that summer in the NBA? Everybody got a dance partner. Remember that? Everybody picked their dance partner. Kevin Durant picked Kyrie Irving, and they went to Brooklyn. Anthony Davis picked LeBron. They came out to LA. That one worked. Lakers are defending champs right now. Durant was out last year with the injury. I get it. Now they're back. These guys are back, and now they've pulled Harden in. If the Brooklyn Nets don't win an NBA championship this year with this trio, is it Harden's fault? It's championship or bust now. You don't have any other excuses. You're on the team. You've got the guys you wanted. This should be it. One of my listeners is saying people will probably blame it on Harden or Kyrie. Look, Kyrie's not doing a whole lot right now either. I think Kyrie Irving's kind of done. I mean, look, here, I say that, okay? The guy still dumped in 37 points. So if you're getting 40 points from Irving, you're getting 40 roughly from Durant, and you're getting a triple-double from James Harden, and you're getting that every night, there's no reason the Nets should be crushing everybody. Now, you get to the finals, you're going to go up against the Lakers. Because that team's awesome. Not because I'm a Laker fan, not because we broadcast here from Los Angeles, but that team was built to win championships. That's exactly what they did. They're still the favorite. But if Brooklyn doesn't win the championship this year, is it James Harden's fault? We'll see. All right. As promised, we've got 2 big football games coming up this weekend. AFC Championship game, my Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs, which I thought, okay, let me put this out there first. I did lose money straight up Kansas City versus Cleveland. I lost. I did win Kansas City versus Cleveland when I took the points because it was 10 points. And by the way, Kansas City hasn't covered a spread in like 9 weeks. More than that. The very 1st of November, I think, when they had a game, was the last time they covered a spread. Just saying. But I did lose money straight up because the Cleveland Browns could not pull that out. That's okay. Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills in the AFC, in the NFC Championship game. It is a doozy. You've got Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers trying to get to a Super Bowl in their home city in Tampa Bay versus, for the first time in, I think, his career, Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau for the NFC Championship game. This is going to be a doozy. This is a great question. I'm going to answer this before we go to Dave. One of the questions that just came in is, do I want Mahomes to play this weekend? This question is two-sided, and here's why. Do I want Mahomes to play? For Buffalo win? No. no, he's too hurt. He should take care of himself for the future, right? Buffalo fans, I know you're with me. If you're Bills Mafia, you are saying, you know what? Patrick Mahomes he should take the week off. Take the week off, heal, you'll be okay, and come back next season. That's what Bills Mafia is saying. Everybody in Kansas City is like, dude, you are nuts. He's playing. It doesn't matter if his left arm has fallen off. He's got his right arm to throw the football. He's just fine. Let me answer your question. Yes, I want him to play. Here's why. I want the best players on those teams to be playing at their best performance. Now, if Patrick Mahomes is going to play, is he playing at 100%? My guess is no. As of yesterday, he was still in concussion protocol, although still doing some practicing with the team and some drills with the team, but nothing at full speed at all. And still in the protocol. So, will he play? That's going to be a question. We talked to Dave Weaver at TVG about that same thing. So let's, with the magic of this, now again, Dave is on TVG and FanDuel right now as we speak. But with the fantastic world of technology, I get to do this. All right, so we've hit the power of the Zoom button, and I'm joined once again. This is your second time on our show, I think. Dave Weaver of TVG. Dave, thanks for taking some time out. I've got a bone to pick with you, and you know what it is, but that's okay.
Well, maybe.
Well, to start, we'll go over it. You can hear Dave on TVG, where that's available, where you get all of your cable stuff. And I saw you doing some stuff for FanDuel. You're doing a lot of betting stuff, which is why you're on. Explain a little bit how people can kind of get to that and if they've got this itch to bet on these two exciting games this weekend.
Yeah, so my shirt says, I'd rather be betting horse racing. So I'm a big horse racing guy. I've been with TVG for 20 years. We're the horse racing network. But a few years ago, we merged with FanDuel. And at that point, they were just a fantasy sports company. And then sports wagering was legalized. And now they've become a powerhouse in the sports betting world. So if you're in a state where that's allowed, which California, unfortunately, is not yet one of those, but New Jersey, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Colorado, it's becoming pretty huge. And people like to bet on football, and they like to bet on basketball, and like to bet on darts and cricket, if you believe it. But so since we have this television platform, we're doing a football show as well during the season and during the playoffs and during the Super Bowl. It's called More Ways to Win, and you can catch it on TVG Thursday mornings. And we kind of re-air it, I think, throughout the weekend till kickoff. And then you can also go to fanduel.com/watch. But yeah, it's a fun little show, and I give out picks. And yes, I did predict that the Baltimore Ravens were going to beat the Bills somewhere in the range of 46-20. And I took a lot of heat on Twitter for that, by the way, as I should
Sure
have.
you did. So let's go over the four, because we had a great weekend of football, and we covered that on yesterday's show. And when we look at it, you were pretty close on some of these, okay? Some of them were pretty spot on. Packers 27-6 over the Rams. Pretty close. I like that.
Yeah, and I had the Chiefs winning barely, and the Browns covering. But the other two, I like the Bucks and I like the Ravens. I just flat out wrong.
Were you shocked? Look, I'm going to be honest. I was shocked when I saw a 10-point give to the Browns. Now, I know the Browns were definitely the dog here, and Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes' favorite and everything like that. 10 points in any football game seems like a lot, but in a divisional round game like that, were you shocked to see a 10-point give?
Not really. You know, I figured it would be maybe even higher than that, maybe 11 or 12, just because the Chiefs are the number one seed, 15-1. The Browns are the Browns. I mean, are there really that many people out there in America that go like, I love betting on the Cleveland Browns plus 10? I mean, they're basically making the line based on historical preferences of bettors that just don't bet Cleveland. So I think even with that line seeming low to us, I bet, way more money came in on Kansas City from the average Joe.
Wow. I took the 10 points. That seemed like a ton. And then you said, like you said, Ravens over the Bills, 46-24. And that was the one where I went, hey, all of my listeners know I am a huge Buffalo Bills fan. I'm kind of euphoric at this point that we're back in the AFC Championship game. Um, let's take this for what it is at first, okay? AFC NFC Championship game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Green Bay Packers. The line opened, I think, at 3.5, and it stayed at 3.5. It's right there. I can't see this game moving anymore. Where is this money coming in? I mean, look, it's Green Bay, and they're at home for the first time in forever for an NFC Championship game. I got to think that they're going to stay the favorite here.
Oh, they're going to stay favored. It's just a matter of whether it stays at a field goal, if it goes closer to 4 or 5. I doubt it will go less than a field goal. I like the Bucks, and I know a lot of people that think Tom Brady, obviously, with his 10th opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, is going to have a big game, and there will be money on the Bucks. But the more you look at just the way that the perception is going about this, I keep hearing Bucks, cold weather. I think 1-17. In freezing conditions, and a 5 seed never beat a 1 seed. And there's a lot of discussion about why Tampa Bay is not the right side. But I want to talk about why they are the right side. And I think that they can win this game.
It seems to me, I mean, when we did our show last night, a lot of the callers and a lot of the text messages we got, it was split right down the middle. There were a lot of the guys that were Bucks fans or old New England Patriot fans that just want Tom Brady to win. Look, cheeseheads in Green Bay are diehard Green Bay. They're never going to sway that way. So it was really split down the middle, 50-50. If you're betting right now, Dave, you're putting money down right now, is it Bucks and you're taking the 3.5?
Yes, I'm going to take the 3.5. Even I saw it even today at 3, which I'm willing to take because I think that they're going to win the game. And if they lose by a field goal and I push, I'm fine with that. Hopefully, maybe I wait, and it does go to 3.5 sometime in the next day or so, or even before we get to kickoff. But even at 3, I like them because when it was about middle part of the season, I have a lot of friends that are Bucks fans, and they're like, "What is going on? This offense is the most boring thing I've ever seen. There's no rhythm. Tom Brady couldn't find any of his receivers, very consistently. Their handoffs sucked. Like even they were not doing anything in the running game. And now, 6 wins in a row. They are hitting on all cylinders. Brady looks involved in this Bruce Arians offense, and it seems like the rhythm is finally there, and they look better than ever. And the defense have been forcing turnovers. They're +8 in their last 6 games on that 6-game winning streak. So if they can get Aaron Rodgers to turn it over, which he did last week, and they can keep Brady turnover free again and not fumble, they'll have a huge chance at winning.
And Tom Brady even mentioned it at after the last game when they beat New Orleans it's a turnover game. If you can win that turnover game, you're going to end up most likely winning that football game. And he's been preaching that for years. Let's switch over for a second to the AFC because now I'm invested here, right?
Yeah.
First time the Buffalo Bills have been in the AFC Championship since 1993. Look, one of the hottest teams in the NFL. They are a Hail Mary away from being like 9-0 in the last 9 games.
Yeah.
And no, I did not cry myself to sleep when we lost against Arizona and Hail Mary. Whatever you read is false. Don't worry. The line is I believe at 3 points right now, but there's a big question mark here. Does Patrick Mahomes come back and play? He's still in, as of what we saw today, he's still in concussion protocol today, although very limited practice with the team. What does that do to the line if we get to kickoff or we get close to kickoff and they say it's going to be Chad Henne for the Kansas City Chiefs? I mean, does that sway something, or is it locked in by that time?
No, I think it has to change. But is this line based on Mahomes playing, or is it based on we don't know what the hell is going on here? Is he playing or isn't he playing? So it's just kind of a middle ground where if he's confirmed, let's say even a day ahead of time on Saturday, do the Chiefs go to 4.5 or 5? And if they say nope, he can't play, does Buffalo all of a sudden become a 1 or 2 point favorite? I think right now 3 is not where it's going to end up. Once we know one way or another, it's going to move to either side. I don't think this is a line based on Mahomes playing. It seems a little bit too small to me for it to still only be a field goal. I think it'll go to 4.5 or 5, and then it goes the other way, probably somewhere around a pick 'em, maybe even Buffalo's slight favorite if Henny's playing.
I'm going to tell you right now, I have the football gods on my side for Buffalo, and let me explain to you why. During the Baltimore game, Justin Tucker is probably the most accurate and go-to kicker ever. My man runs into Buffalo and hits the goalpost not once, but twice. Tell me that's not the football gods telling Buffalo it's time to get back to where we need to get back to.
He might have even hit it 3 times because I think he hit both uprights on one of his kicks. It might have went from one side to the other side and then out. But yeah, I mean, the fact that they won that game, and look, they won pretty easily too, to hold Baltimore to 3 points for a guy that was expecting Baltimore to be the highest scoring team of the week was amazing. The thing that I can't figure out right now is Josh Allen, who's just such a great runner. 2 out of his last 3 games, he's only had 3 yards. So maybe it's because he hasn't needed to, because they're winning these games and he's comfortable just letting the game play out. But I'm just wondering why he hasn't ripped off some of these big runs, and maybe he's going to need to do that in this game. But this is what I said before the playoffs started. It was either Josh Allen is not up for the challenge to take the Buffalo Bills out of the wild card round for the first time since 1995, or he breaks the ice in that first game and says, okay, this is how you win a playoff game, and then runs the table. So now he's in a position to just keep this momentum going. But I think Mahomes is playing. So is he going to be able to outduel Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and 8 other guys that the Chiefs are going to bring at him? Their offense is just so diversely spread out where you never know who the hero is going to be. Hardman, Robinson, who knows if Edwards-Helaire is going to play. He's been a little bit iffy. He's been out, and he doesn't seem to be practicing that much this week either. But they just have so many different guys. And who do the Bills have? I mean, they have Diggs, and they have Allen. Singletary was not very good in the last game. Is Moss still out and officially not coming back because he was on IR?
Officially not coming back.
I don't know offensively if they have the weapons that it's going to take to match what Kansas City is going to do. That's my question.
And look, we thought that against Lamar Jackson too. And then that defense stepped up. That defense had a pick six, by the way, 101 yard. It was, look, technically it was like 103 yards, but okay, I'll give you 101. That defense did what it needed to do to bottle up the guys that they had to bottle up. I have to think that this defense that the coaching staff in Buffalo has developed now is kind of playing this week to week where they're doing what they need to do to bottle up that one guy. Now, here's the problem, like you said. Okay, so
that would be Kelce then. I mean, if you're going to shut one guy down, it's got to be Kelce.
Okay, here's my point to that, though. Now you've got Tyreek Hill that you have to worry about.
Right.
And you've got Edwards-Helaire, I don't think is going to play this game. I could be wrong. He's not on the practice squads for this week. But if that's your one guy, that's who you shut him down. Now, do you shut down Josh Allen or do you shut down Stephon Diggs? This is the premier hookup right now. Let me ask you this, Dave. Who's got more pressure on them going into Sunday? Let's start on the AFC side. Is it more pressure for Patrick Mahomes to come back, even at, let's say, 70, 80%, and prove that he deserves to be there and go to another Super Bowl? Or is it all on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills? Because, look, Bills Mafia, I punched my card. They are ready for that. They are itching for another trip back to the Super Bowl. Who's got pressure on for this?
The pressure's still on the Bills, though. You look at Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't seem like a guy that ever feels the pressure. He seems so loose, and he's been through it before too, and that's such a huge deal to have already been through that season where you went to the Super Bowl and you won the Super Bowl. Josh Allen doesn't know what this is like. This is not a wild card game, or it's not a divisional round game, and it's going to be a little bit different going in. Also, this is a road game. The other game was at Buffalo. This is a game at Kansas City. That changes things, I think, a lot. I know it's not a full capacity Arrowhead, but it still changes things that this is not a game in Buffalo where they're obviously very comfortable. So I think the pressure definitely is still way more so on the Bills than the Chiefs.
First time that Aaron Rodgers, and this shocked me, the first time that Aaron Rodgers is hosting the NFC Championship game in Lambeau. Again, here's a guy in Tom Brady who's been there and knows how to do it and has done it a lot. His 10th Super Bowl if they win. Is there more pressure on Tom in Tampa to get this done than it is on on Aaron Rodgers to get these Green Bay Packers back to the Super Bowl?
It is more pressure on Tom Brady, but that's why they hired the guy. That's why they went out and got him, because they knew that there was going to be pressure to get to a Super Bowl with this Tampa Bay team, and this is a job, and he loves having this responsibility on him. He doesn't want the defense to win. He doesn't want the running backs to win. He wants to win this game, and he's going to play his ass off. I know that much. He just might not have the better team. Green Bay might just be that good this year. Rodgers to Adams has been insane. This has got to be one of the best quarterback receiver tandems in the history. What they've done this year as a single season, it's just been incredible and fun to watch as a football fan. But Brady's only played, he's played, what is this, his 20 whatever season. He's only played at Lambeau Field twice in his career, and he's 1-1, but he's got 6 touchdowns and no interceptions. So the 2 times that he's had a chance to play in this very historic stadium, he's loved it. He's going to go in there and just have fun. It's one of his last seasons, obviously. He's not going to play till he's 50. So he's got limited chances left of doing something like this. And it's going against a great quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. I think it's going to be such a great game to watch, but I'm going to take the Bucs. I think it's going to be a back and forth. I think both quarterbacks are going to have really good games. And it's just going to be a matter of maybe who has the ball last and who gets that last score. It's going to be awesome.
It really, honestly, I mean, the 4 games last weekend, 2 of them were really exciting. The Green Bay Rams game, just because the Rams were not at 100% health-wise, I get it. I think these 2 games coming up Sunday, these are going to be 2 fantastically entertaining games. I mean, honestly. If you're taking, I'm assuming you're taking the Chiefs, then the Bucs to go to Tampa Bay 2 weeks after that. Where's your money then at that point? I've been a Buffalo Bills fan all my life. We've been torched by Tom Brady for more than 2 decades. I've seen this guy come back in Super Bowls that I thought were over Atlanta Falcons fans. Does Tom Brady take one more home this year if he gets them there?
I don't think that they're going to be either the Chiefs or the Bills. I'm betting on the AFC. Whoever wins this game to beat whoever wins the NFC side. I think the AFC is the better conference of what's left. But would it not be awesome for a Bills fan to get a chance to play Tom Brady in a Super Bowl? Because that was obviously never possible before when you're playing in the same division, let alone conference, to play. So I wouldn't mind seeing Buffalo and Tampa, because that would be pretty awesome.
And look, Bills Mafia, would that not be the cherry on top to go back to a Super Bowl and to exercise that demon and beat Tom Brady in the NFC? I would not, as my buddy, you well know, Jeff Pope would tell me, I'm not crying, you're crying.
That would be a pretty incredible storyline. Whatever, how many years is it? Like more than, I guess, 20, almost 30 now, huh?
Yeah, it's 20. I think 26 years now. I think. So yeah, it's Bills Mafia is ready for this. If people want to place their bets from anywhere between now and kickoff on Sunday, where do they go to do that?
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching in a state where sports wagering is legal, sportsbook.fanduel.com, where you can download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up for an account and get your bets in. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch these 2 games. So I'm going to go Chiefs and the over, and then I'm going to go Bucs, and I'm also going to go over. I think both games are going to be really offensively loaded, back and forth games, close games, and high-scoring games.
What's the over right now? Let's look at this.
It's 51 in the Packers and 53 in the Chiefs, and they're both right around a field goal. So it's really close. Both games are almost exactly the same lines and same totals, but the Chiefs Buffalo over is like a couple points higher.
Yeah, 50. As I look at FanDuel right now, the sports book at FanDuel right now, 53.5 for the Buffalo Chiefs game, and then 51.5 for Tampa. And I got to think, like you said, I didn't think about that, but I got to think that Buffalo-Kansas City game, 53.5, that's a lot of points. I think I got to go the over on that, though. There's going to be a ton of points scored in that game.
And of course, you do want to wait and find out if Mahomes is playing, right? I mean, would you really want to bet the over with Chad Henne playing? I don't know, that changed things. But my whole philosophy on this week's approach with the Chiefs is that Mahomes is playing. Everything that we've heard, and we've got the Pro Football Doc that comes on our show, and he told us that he doesn't think that it even was a concussion. He thinks it was something even less than a concussion that is most certainly not going to keep him out of playing on Sunday. So I'll trust the Pro Football Doc and think that he's going to be good to go.
And part of that might be, look, Andy Reid is very smart on how he approaches this. Is it like maybe a bit of a rope-a-dope kind of thing where we say, well, he's practiced, he's doing okay, he's made progression, he might play and do all right, and then he comes out Sunday morning and my man's ready to go.
Could be, but I mean, even Mahomes, when it happened last week, he was like so groggy, and then all of a sudden he acted like, "Oh, let's go. I mean, I'm good." And he went to the locker room, and was probably trying to let them know, "Come on, I'm good." He's such a competitor. This is a playoff game. He doesn't want to be out, and now he's got another week. I don't think that's. I mean, it would really have to be a major concussion to have the doctors to flat out say, "We know you want to play, but it's just not happening." And I don't think it was that bad. So I think we're going to be good to go.
Dave Weaver from TBG, where else can they see you, my friend? I know normally horse racing, but you're with FanDuel. What else are you covering this week as we get ready for the weekend here?
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter. I'm at Ice Cold Exacta. And Saturday, huge racing out of Gulfstream Park. It's the Pegasus Invitational, richest race in North America outside of the Breeders' Cup. So I'll be on Saturday throughout the afternoon talking about the Pegasus. So you can tune into TVG 6:02 on DirecTV, 4:05 on Dish Network, and we're on most cable providers throughout California.
Dave Weaver, thanks, buddy. We'll chat again as we get close to the Super Bowl and see if our picks work out.
Good luck, Bills.
Wow. That was such a fun conversation as we're back here in the studio and get you ready for your dinner or your evening or your kids or what have you here for the rest of your Thursday on a Friday Eve here. We're going to go over one more thing. Look, as the question got posed to me earlier, do I want Patrick Mahomes to play? Yes, I do. As a Buffalo Bills fan, I want Mahomes to play. I think he will play. They do this in the NHL a lot where they look at injuries and they'll say a lower body injury or upper body injury or what have you. Upper body injury, obviously, because he was stumbling around a little bit. But yeah, I think he'll play. I think it'll be all right. Yes, my listener Bobby, as I get ready to release you guys, one of the things that's coming on, Los Angeles Kings, Colorado Avalanche is about to start as well, or has started, so he's going to go watch that. Let me give you one more update here. This weekend, we're going to be at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Fountain Valley, California. Fantastic pizza, fantastic ownership. Everybody there. Nicole, my good friend Nicole, who is at the Fountain Valley location, is amazing. She's helped us out and been able to get us everything we need to broadcast there and give out awesome deals to all of our listeners. If you place an order this weekend, actually from now until this weekend, and you mention our show, mention the TSE show, you're going to order a large anything. I don't care what it is. Large pepperoni. Great. Hey, by the way, the guys at the TSE show said I should call here and get my pizza. And if you do that, you will get a large garlic cheese sticks. It's the size of a small pizza added on for free, courtesy of us here at the TSE. You're welcome. You can thank me later. So we'll be on location 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. on Saturday to get you ready for UFC 257, which we'll cover in just a second as we wrap up. And then we'll be there again Sunday, 12 to 1:30 p.m., all Pacific times, by the way. And we'll be broadcasting live on both of those days at those times from Mountain Mike's Pizza. And Sunday, we're obviously going to get you ready for AFC and NFC football champions. And by the end of the day, on Sunday, we will know who will play in 2 weeks for the Super Bowl 55. Cannot wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's come out here real quick to the live shot. So I've got monitors everywhere, as you can probably see, and everything like that. But we wanted to just run down UFC 257 real quick for you guys. So on the main card, Marina Rodriguez, number 8, versus Amanda Ribas. That's the women's strawweight bout. That's what's going to kick us off for our main card. Then it's going to get super fun, super interesting. Matt Frivola is going to go Atman Azatar. Sorry. That's the lightweight bout. That's going to be a really fun fight. Then we get into the women's flyweight bout. Jessica Ai, ranked number 6 right now, is going to go against Joanne Calderwood. This one is a very close fight. This is number 6 versus number 7. But the odds right now, Calderwood is favored, but slightly. So that's going to be a great, great fight. The co-main event, if you will, or the second to the last fight, the lightweight bout, Dan Hooker and Michael Chandler. It's going to be a great fight. Dan Hooker is favored, but again, by very little. He's at negative 125 right now, so that's almost a pick 'em. That is going to be a very good, very entertaining fight. And then, of course, your main event. Number 2, Dustin Poirier is going to go against number 6, Conor McGregor. They had the weigh-ins. They're going to have the weigh-ins. They had the press conference, I think today, maybe yesterday. They had the press conference. Dustin was there. Conor was there. Here's what scares me for you UFC fans. Dustin Poirier is in trouble. Here's why. I don't know if it's maturity. He's slowing down. He's getting older. Conor McGregor was very subdued. He was very respectful. It's either he has lost a step, like our Drew Brees and Philip Rivers conversation earlier, or Conor McGregor is so dialed in that this fight's going to last about 60 seconds. One of the two. If it does, is Conor back? If he goes in there and he does to Dustin Poirier what he did to Cowboy Cerrone last year, which was his only fight, and I'll have to look it up for our next broadcast. We'll get it to you on Saturday. I think that fight lasted all of about 40 seconds. Give or take. If Conor McGregor goes in and takes care of Dustin Poirier inside of 60 seconds, which is what he says, Conor McGregor's back. Now, do you get Khabib to come back and fight one more time? Because look, in this lightweight division, Khabib is retired. Okay, so he says. Can Dana White get him to come back one more time? You also have Justin Gaethje, who, yes, did lose to Khabib in a great fight, but Justin Gaethje is a monster. There's still a lot of different things we're going to try to break down. We're going to do that all on Saturday, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock Pacific time right here on all of our stations in the TSE show, and then get you ready for UFC 257. We've had a great night. Lots of sports to talk about. Lots of sports coming up. By the way, we've got March Madness that is screaming right at us. We're going to cover that on Sunday. We're also going to look at the NBA. We're going to try. I'm efforting. Corey Nayland from Sportsnet USA may join us. I'm hoping. And then we're efforting a lot of other stuff for future podcasts and for future live shows right here at the TSE. So we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Go Kings, go Colorado, whoever you're fans of. Hopefully just a great hockey game because I'm glad hockey's back, man. And we'll do that. We'll cover NBA. And then any other sport that you guys want to hear about. If there's one that we're not covering for some reason, English Premier League. We're going to cover that Saturday, by the way. English Premier League, tune in. It's going to be amazing. Riveting. But if there's one that we're not covering, tell us. Fans at thetSEshow.com. You can also hit us up on Instagram, Twitter. That is at TSE_show. You can find us on Facebook. Obviously, you can find us on Twitch, Mixcloud, and everywhere else, and then on the YouTube live channel as well. Thank you guys for being with us. It's been a week. It's been a pretty good week. We're going to wrap this up for today. We will see you Saturday, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock at Mountain Mike's Pizza in Fountain Valley. You guys be good humans. We'll see you next time.